I don't know. It's just giving premeditated. It's giving this is my alibi. It's giving I'm gonna plead insanity if it comes down to it. It's like straight out of a movie. What it is, what it ain't. It's your girl Umbrella, and I am back with another video. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Hello to all the new subscribers out there. Oh my god, y'all. If you can see the title of this video, you already know that is going to be about David or D4VD, the singer, and this whole situation with the body in his trunk of his car. We got to get into this because it needs to be talked about on a larger scale, okay? It's all over TikTok. It's somewhat on Instagram, but it's all over TikTok. It's all I see. So it's time to do a video, okay? Before we get into it, make sure that you like, comment down below, and subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this, okay? So before we really get into it, I had no idea who this person was, like literally no idea. I kept seeing it on TMZ. I kept seeing it on the news. Like body was found in singer's trunk, and they kept saying David, and I was like, he's a singer, and I've never heard of him, and he's black. Like that's kind of like unheard of. So I had to do a little bit of investigating, and I saw that he was 20 years old, and that he got famous from making his own songs and making his own beats for his videos that he was doing on Fortnite. And he wanted to kind of get into streaming and be like Kai Sanat, you know? So he started to get copyright infringements on his videos, and that stopped his bag, and that stopped him from being able to make money on those videos. So he started to, you know, asked his mom what should he do, and she said make your own music. So he started going in his sister's closet, and he would make his own beats, and then he started to sing on some of those beats. What really startled me about him is that for him to be 20 years old, he's very morbid, and by that I mean that he sings a lot about the dead, and he sings a lot about losing someone, losing life. And you could lose family members and things like that at a young age, but losing a lover is tragic in of itself. But he talks about a lot of stuff like that, a lot about losing someone close to him and just death. The overall theme of death surrounds him, and it's not like, you know, on a Biggie ready to die type of scale. Biggie was rapping about a lot of the things that was going on in his life, like his mom having cancer, and you know, him just not being able to handle that emotionally, and figuring out what he's going to do when he kept getting kicked out of his mom's house and things like that, and you know, selling drugs and things like that, not knowing where his life was going in his early 20s. And you know, that was the whole theme of the ready to die. It wasn't saying that he really wanted to die. It was just like, I don't know what else to do, Lord, take the wheel, you know. But with David, it's more about, it seems, murder. And this is all spooky because it's almost Halloween. You know, her body was just found early September, I believe, like last 2 weeks ago or so, or maybe a little bit less than a week ago. Her body was found in the trunk of a car in a lot, and his car had got towed from outside of his house because it was there for 3 to 4 weeks or whatever. And they towed it, and then when they took it to the tow yard, they noticed that it started to smell, and they opened it up, and it was a severed body in the car. They said the head was off, the torso, and there was missing limbs. This is like straight out of a movie. Like him being a singer as well. And it's like we hear about like rappers having stuff like this happen because, you know, rappers, they talk about killing people in their songs and things like that, some rappers. But for R&B singer to be singing about death and then actually someone close to him, we presume to be a girlfriend or ex or whatever, ends up in the trunk of his car, and not just like dead, from a pew pew or stabbing. It's like she's been dismembered and her body was there for a long time. My educated opinion is that her body was there for a year, and it's because they were said to begin their romance when she was 13, and she's been missing since she was 14, and it was just her 15th birthday. So you do the math, okay? Her name is Celeste. She unfortunately passed away at a very, very young age, and she was super pretty. And the thing that makes this more insane to me is that some of her friends and her family know that she was dating this guy. I mean, he's 20 years old. She's a preteen. Her friends were singing with him, like, I want to say like a mile, less than a mile away from her house. And it looked like he was giving them something. That's just my educated opinion. Perhaps money, or perhaps a discussion to keep quiet. And her brother knew that she was dating this guy. I don't understand that because I also have a younger sister, and there's no way I would let her date someone that was um, legally, you know, at a legal age to date someone that was also a legal age. There's no way that I would allow my sister to think that that was okay for her to date someone that was that much older than her, or really to date in general at 13. Like, come on now. If I'm being honest, I didn't have a boyfriend until I was 16, but I remember being her age. I remember having crushes on guys and really wanting a boyfriend and really wanting love. Like, that's what I remember from being 14, 15. Like, that was that age where like love was like something that I really, really wanted. And most girls are like that. But it can be very dangerous because our emotions are, our hormones, our emotions are all over the place. And the slightest blow to a relationship can really make us super dramatic. Like, I remember being like super dramatic, and sometimes it was granted. Like, if my boyfriend broke up with me, I took it really, really hard. Of course, it's my first heartbreak, but just remembering being that age and thinking about how young she was, passing away like that. I mean, she just did not deserve that. And it does beg the question of where was her parents and what kind of household was she running away from? Because even her teacher was on TMZ, and he was talking to them, and he was saying that she's run away multiple times. And he told her when she was in middle school. So when she was in middle school, she was running away. I also would like to know what happened when the police interfered one time and she was taken back to her house. I wonder what happened with that, because if the police get involved and have been involved, then they know that, hey, like, something is wrong here. Like, why is she running away, and why is she constantly going to this grown man's house? Like, this is not okay. Like, they were literally on streaming together. She was backstage of his concerts. Like, she was with him. And there's pictures that are surfacing of her hiding her face. There's one picture with a bag in front of her face, a purse, and I don't know, it's just giving weird. It's weird. Giving grooming as well. And, even going down to he's on tour right now, and I think the tour is called Withered. The first leg of the tour, he starts to have caskets, like actual caskets, at the beginning of the tour. There's a casket, a white casket. There's flowers on top, and he's saying that it's a burial or a funeral for his alter ego. and his alter ego's name is Atami. It's just the whole thing is just insane. And Atami is the one in one of the videos. I'm not sure because there's a few videos and there's a few songs where he's talking about killing someone. And in the video, the girl looks like, I believe it's romantic homicide. The girl looks like the girl Celeste that has passed away, and Atami is the version of himself that is the murderer. So he's in a white shirt that has blood all over it. He has a blindfold that has blood on it, and that is what the funeral was for that person. And it's just, I don't know, it's just giving premeditated. It's giving, this is my alibi. It's giving, I'm gonna plead insanity if it comes down to it. And before we get into the lyrics of the song, I just want to say that this is a prime example of why you don't pull your kids out of public school and homeschool them. You do not want to do something so damaging to your son at a pivotal time in his life, which is like, to me, middle school to high school. Like, you don't do that. You don't pull them away from their peers. You don't pull them away from their curriculum. You don't pull them away from learning about people. That's the best part of school to me, other than, of course, like doing the work and things like that. It's that you get to learn who people are and how people move. And you're never going to fully learn that unless you're in school. If you're at home with your parents all day, you're never going to know what it's like to interact with people your age. And that is a huge disadvantage in life, I feel. Like, it's nothing wrong with homeschooling your children until they're able to go to school. Because that's what I plan on doing with my son while I'm home with him. But once he's once the time is right and a child should go to school, a child should go to school. Because even if there's kids in school that's doing the wrong thing, they'll learn that, hey, that's the wrong thing. I shouldn't be doing that. They'll have to make those decisions, and they can't make those decisions if they're not amongst people. They're not going to really be able to learn the difference between right and wrong if they're not in school, in life in general. So let's get back to the lyrics. So if I can look it up real quick. Yeah, let me do that. So there's a song called Celeste. Um, I think I did hear about that, but this is what it's like to not need weed to get me high. I love it when you hold me, when you cry just because be my Valentine. I want to make Cupid suicidal. These are the kind of thoughts that cross my mind. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. You want to make Cupid suicidal? Why? Why? I love you so much. This sounds like guilt. Darling, I would love to ease your mind, but you only open up when you get high. If I had the money, I would buy us time just to get by, just to stay high. Okay, this is not healthy. This is not healthy. Oh, girl with my name tatted on her chest, smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed. Oh, Celeste. Yep. Afraid you're only love me when undressed, but you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed, but I digress. Yeah, this sounds like guilt. This was recorded December 2023. So they might have broke up for a minute or something. I don't know, but it sounds like guilt to me. Let's look up the other song. In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. Not a single tear, and I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't even arrive. In the back of my mind, I killed you. Y'all hear that? I killed you. That's what he said. In the back of my mind, I killed you and I didn't even regret it. And I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. Yes, like if you're a regular 20-year-old, that doesn't even. Why are you making songs like that? Like, that is just very depressing. Like, that is super depressing. I wasn't thinking about nothing like that when I was 20. I wasn't thinking about. Maybe I was like emotional, sure, but not like that. Not like trying to kill somebody. Like, oh my God. Y'all, they just had her visual and her funeral, I want to say yesterday or the day before that. So I just want to say rest in peace to Celeste. You did not deserve that. You wanted a love that you weren't getting at home, and I'm so sorry for you that that was happening, because you shouldn't have found that demonic entity. Hopefully he will stand trial, and this needs to be a trial because he needs to go to jail, and I hope that he goes to jail as well as everybody that helped him orchestrate, because he is like a young R. Kelly, you know. That's that's what it sounds like. This is like the first time I have heard something to this magnitude. When it comes to grooming a young child, this is the first time that I've, seen something like that. So I just hope that he gets the necessary jail time, and everybody that was involved can definitely go to jail as well and get the same amount of time, because he couldn't do all of that. But, well, he could, because unfortunately at that age a lot of girls are very naive, so he could have definitely manipulated her by himself. But at the same time, I feel like, there was somebody else as well that was helping him do this. So I just want to say rest in peace to Celeste, and I will be following up on this story. So if there's any breaking headlines, I will be talking about it, because I remember being her age, and it really just sucks that this has happened to her, and she was manipulated by this person. And that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment down below. Please comment. Let's talk about this. Let's keep Celeste's name alive. And let's hope and pray that she gets the justice that she deserves. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's Umbrella. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.